So here we are, the Note 20 Ultra unboxing in Mystic White. Long time coming, but we here. So before I even get to this unboxing, I just kind of want to talk about why this is even important to me first and foremost. I can't really talk about the Note 20 without talking about its 2-year-old brother, the Note 9. So if y'all want to, I'll have some timestamps in the video. You can, definitely feel free to skip forward. But to me, I'm actually coming off my Note 9. I've had this thing for 2 years, and I haven't really been tempted to trade in any other phone or swap this out for any other phone. And it's pretty much held itself well over the last few years. And what the Note 9 really means to me is this was a phone that kind of showed me what Samsung could do. And I think everybody may have a different phone for themselves that really brought them to the Samsung brand. But for me, I started with the Note 7, and we all know that debacle. So I didn't really have the phone that long to really experience it, but I did kind of like my experience. But I had some quirks with the Note 7 that didn't work well for me. So I waited until they dropped the Note 9, and I tried the device, liked the device, and even still to this day, this thing still is a solid phone. There's still no performance issues outside of the heating issue. And thanks to Easy from Easy Computer Solutions that recommended, basically, hey, go ahead and trade this thing in and get $550 for it. And then therefore they'll take that off the Note 20 Ultra or the Note if you want to get that. So here's where I'm at, and that Note 9 really sealed the deal for me and showed me that Samsung was fully capable of making a phone that could last the test of time. And therefore I haven't really come off of that just because of that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and replace this Note. We're going to say goodbye to this Note 9. And we're going to say hello to the Note 20. So Note 20 Ultra in Mystic White. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So the presentation is pretty simple. They really have like a classical look, like you have some little stripes around the edges. But what's more important is what's in the box. So let's go ahead, and I really need an unboxing knife. But let's go ahead and cut through. And I cut my fingernails too, so this isn't really a good look. There we go. Took some of the box off, but let's keep pushing. There we go. So that's 1 out of 2 stickers. And let's get the other one. All right, so that's 2 out of 2. So let's go ahead and take this puppy out. Whew. Look at that edge to edge display pretty much. So let's go ahead and take this thing out and let's take a look. Oh my goodness. Man, this thing is beautiful. I hope y'all see what I'm seeing, because this thing is gorgeous. It looks like a ceramic tile, but this thing is like glowing. So, man, all right. So let's go ahead and put this phone to the side for a sec. Let's check out what else comes in the box. You got your manuals. Well, not even a manual, just a pamphlet, just a little divider. And you get yourself a charger. All right, USB-C. And what's the wattage on it? If I can see it, I'll have that I'll actually have that notated what the wattage is. But yeah, USB-C to USB-C, and that's pretty much all you get. But another reason why I traded in my Note 9 was because it came with some extras as well. I couldn't turn that down. We've got a fast charger. Well, it's a 9-watt. I mean, I've got some faster chargers than this at the house. And some Galaxy Buds. I thought they were really supposed to be the Buds Plus, but they're just the regular ones. And that's fine. So, go ahead and put those to the side. But yeah, this Note 9, let's just, I'm sorry, Note 20 Ultra. I'm just gonna go ahead and boot this thing on. And as it's booting on, let's go ahead and take a look at, one thing I do wish that they did do, it still looks good though, but I do wish they had the frosted glass, just like the Pixel did. And while I'm not the ultimate fan of how this phone looks, I am really a fan of how it feels in the hand. Like this phone right here, like this frosted glass just feels so good that even over the last year, I have not put a case on it. And it kind of shows in some of these corners here. So, but yeah, I kind of wish they did that with this as they did the Mystic Bronze. But this phone is gorgeous. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can set up this phone.
3 hours later.
All right, so I decided to do a quick follow-up on this. So I want to just go ahead and throw some first impressions on top of just the unboxing. So coming from being a Note 9 user, the first thing I kind of noticed is that the whole lock screen process is definitely faster. On the old Note 9, like that, the whole iris scan thing that they use, it was really slow to the point where I didn't even really want to use it. But this thing, like once you look at it, once you double tap the screen and either you use your fingerprint sensor or you look at it, the little unlock symbol at the top, it's pretty spot on with, I must say, this might be a bold claim, but it's probably just about as fast as my iPhone 11. So it's like when you look at the screen and you see that lock at the top unlock, I held these up like next to each other and it's pretty much spot on. It's like pound for pound about the same. In addition to that, I did not get a chance to check out the camera yet. Hopefully tomorrow I will get a chance to look at, maybe take some shots out during the daylight and whatnot. I could probably get a few night shots out because this is still the same night that I unboxed this phone or whatnot. So the sounds pretty good. For even having that small speaker at the top that you really can't see, it's you got that and you got the speaker down here too, so the stereo speakers really sound impressive. I think even sound better than the stereo speakers on my Pixel, to be honest with you. The display, this is probably a top-notch display. I think this might even just be the best display Samsung has done so far. But there's so much to like about this phone. Like even though this phone is just, it's huge. I'm not gonna lie. Like, being this 6.9 inch display, I remember back in the days we used to consider that a tablet. Like not even a phablet, a tablet. So now you basically have about a 7-inch display in your hands, and this thing is huge. So I'm glad that they do have the one-handed gestures now. So I think they also had that with the Note 9. I just never used them, but now I have to use them. With the iPhone, you have this little gesture system, like where if the screen, let me go ahead and unlock my iPhone for you real quick. So as you can see with the screen, from your home screen on the iPhone, you can always just do a swipe down and then it brings all the icons down and then you can swipe from the top. So they basically have something like that for the Note, where you can certainly just swipe down on the, if you're using a gesture-based system. I think if you're using a home button, like you double tap it or so, and it'll make the screen smaller. And then if you need to swipe down to check your notifications, you can. So I thought that was pretty cool that they actually had that implemented, because you're gonna need that for a big phone like this. Haven't tried wirelessly charging. I haven't even had to put this thing on the charger yet. I've been kind of using it for a few hours. Haven't checked the screen on time, but I'm just kind of just seeing how it is with use, because I'm just kind of setting things up, downloading a few apps. I still haven't really put all my apps on this thing, but needless to say, I mean, obviously there's no questions about performance. The Snapdragon 865 Plus, it's a beast. Nothing else to say about that. The S Pen, I don't have an opinion on that yet, as far as having to like reach out like this for it. And the S Pen is white too. It's the first time I'm looking at it. I do like that too though. So they got the S Pen to like blend in. On my Note 9, I had the yellow S Pen to go with the blue Note 9, but I don't have any S Pen impressions yet. I don't know if this thing is gonna get on my nerves, because I'm right-handed and you gotta pull this thing out with the left. So I don't know, I guess we'll find out about that. And also having that little punch hole display, I actually like that. This is the first punch hole display phone I think I've bought. I've either had phones that had a notch for the last couple of years, or just had a little bit of a thicker bezel like the Pixel. So, but yeah, overall, I mean, so far, there's a lot of good stuff with this phone. Just a lot of good stuff. So, one thing I do hope that they fixed with this phone, I haven't got to it yet. I'm gonna have to go through it with work tomorrow, but I use MFA for a lot of apps. So as I'm sitting at my desk and I have to like use MFA to get into, you know, a certain website or log in with my credentials, I normally have my phone propped up on my desk on like a wireless charging stand or something, not always plugged in, but it's always sitting on the stand propped up where I can see like a code come in. On the Note 9, the notification system, it was kind of a little meh, because it would show you that you got a text message, but it wouldn't show you what the text was. But at least something like with an iPhone, you could easily get, it'll at least with the iPhone, you'll get a notification. As long as your phone is unlocked, it'll show you what your code was. So I hope they fix that, so I don't have to unlock my phone just to look at the code that comes through for MFA. But other than that, I just wanted to be real brief. I know this kind of been like 5 minutes just talking about this phone, just rambling. But honestly, those are kind of my first impressions. I'm just kind of thinking about off the gate, like how this phone is. Like, how is it like to have the Note 20 Ultra? And I will follow up. Once again, this is just the beginning. Stay tuned to the channel for more info. I'm gonna be doing some tests, some comparisons between this, iPhone 11, Pixel, and we're gonna keep this thing rolling. So, all right, y'all take care. Peace.